Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Janice, and today I want to share a video with you guys because I really wanted to start telling my story about who I am and allowing people to hear my story to hopefully encourage and motivate somebody. So today I wanted to share a quick little brief story with you all about my journey to becoming a teacher, and why right now it's kind of hard to not be able to do what you really love to do. I'm pretty sure a lot of teachers are feeling the same way, but it's just been different. It's been hard not being there with our kids and not being there with our students, and so we're all just trying to manage it and get through it. But I wanted to share the story with y'all. So some of you all may know I had been trying to be a teacher for a long time. Ever since I graduated from high school, I already knew I wanted to be a teacher. I knew I wanted to go into education, and it just took me some time to get there, but I'll start from the beginning and then I'll go to where I am now as fast as I can. Hopefully no more than 5-10 minutes. But when I graduated from high school, I went to Texas Southern University, and I started out there as a freshman, and getting to know who I was and becoming the woman that I am today. So my first 4 years of college was basically, of course, my basics and some of my core classes that I needed, and my program. But then I had to take a test to make sure that I could get into the education program. So I took a test twice. I didn't pass it the second time. I took a test twice and I didn't pass it those first 2 times, and then I finally passed it the last time. And so of course I'm excited. I'm like, yes, finally I passed this test. I'm about to be in my program so I can graduate. So I get into my education program. Now I will take it back a little bit. In 2006 I went through a dramatic experience. I had ovarian cancer, and that was during my time in college. And for about a year and a half, I had to do chemotherapy, and I lost a lot of weight. I think I weighed about 160 pounds maybe, because I had a mass in my stomach for a while, and it made me lose a lot of weight. So by the time that was removed and everything, of course they found out it was cancer, and so I had to have a hysterectomy, and so that was to remove the tumor and to remove everything that was causing the cancer. So during that time, God took me on a journey of a fight. It was definitely a fight. It was hard. I will say that I had moments, but throughout that year, it was just a determination inside of me to just live and to continue to press forward, because I knew that my journey wasn't over, and I knew that God had so much more for me. And so when he brought me through that, I'll tell you, I lost my hair, I lost weight, everything in between, and the chemotherapy, I had to have that every 3 weeks. And so through that time though, I did not stop going to school. I kept going to school, I kept going to class, and my professors were very helpful with that. And I made it through that by the grace of God, and I will give him praise for that. So fast forward to 2010. I finally graduated from college. Now, it took me a journey to graduate. It took me more than 4 years. But I made it through, so I made it. I passed my program. Now, graduated, had my degree, amazing accomplishment. Then I went into working in the school as an after-school program, after-school program. I did that. Then it went from after-school program to working with Avid and being a tutor. Then from there, it went to being an interventionist. From there, it went to being an interventionist to a permanent sub. From there, it went from being a permanent sub to being a dedicated sub, meaning I was like a teacher and a sub, but I was doing a teacher position, which was teaching Avid at the time. Thankfully, my principal at the school I was at then saw something in me and gave me an opportunity to teach. And I'll tell you that that right there wasn't nothing but God, because let me tell y'all, when you see everybody else getting something that you want so bad, and it's like, oh man, I want this so bad. God, why won't you let me have what I've been wanting to do? And so, you know, you seen people here like, oh yeah, I passed my certification test. Oh great, yay, whoop whoop, okay. Then you see somebody else over here, oh yeah, I got this. Then you see people who didn't even want to be teachers all of a sudden just say, oh, I just went through this program and I'm a teacher now. And it's like, wow, man, and I'm still a substitute. But that was the next hurdle. So I graduated from college. You have to take you have to get certified to be a teacher. So you have to take certification test. So I took that test, you know, before I graduated, but I didn't pass. Took the test again, didn't pass. Took it another time, didn't pass. Gave up. Didn't necessarily give up, but I stopped taking it for about a year. I just said, I don't know. I'm gonna take it again. I'm taking it. I just kept putting it off. So finally, it came to a point where it was down to the wire, y'all. I mean, I was pretty much like broke. I had money and I was still getting paid and being a substitute and stuff, but you know, it's different because substitute pay is not that much. Like it's okay, but you know, you're trying to like start a life and stuff. It's not that much, and so I was just living off of that. I took a bold leap of faith, and I just said, I'm gonna move. I just started collecting boxes at work. My coworker actually motivated me to get boxes because she was moving, and I was like, I'm gonna just collect boxes like I'm moving. So eventually I moved, you know, moved out, and you know, was still on sub pay, but me and my cousin were rooming together, and you know, she was like, hey, I'll do this if you do that, and so it worked out. Now, in between all of this, being a substitute, all of this stuff, God was showing me the ropes. Like, I got to know so many teachers. I worked with so many kids. I learned how to work with all grade levels. And in the end, man, I got so much experience that I was ready, you know? So in 2017, I said, okay, I'm going to take this test. And if I don't pass this time, I don't know, you know. So I got my tail in there and I studied nonstop. I was at McDonald's, Starbucks, my house, up all night, taking notes, studying, looking for ways to pass, all these things. And I used this program called Certified Teacher. That program right there, y'all, I passed this test. Like, after all this time, it took me 5 times. I took that test 5 times. And on that 5th time, because you can only take it up to 5, I passed that test. When I tell y'all, I was so happy. I was excited. Like, I started crying, everything. So I finally passed this test. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I passed the test. Now, my former principal was leaving the school. She was retiring, you know. So we got a new principal. And so, you know, my new principal, she was really helpful too, because first of all, let me say y'all something before that. So I passed my test. So immediately I passed my test. I was like, oh my gosh. So I came back the next school year, told all my coworkers, I worked with my friends and stuff, hey, I passed the test. I don't know how long I'll be here, but I know I passed. Now I had a dream. This is crazy. Before I even passed the test, I had a dream that I was at my former school that I used to work at, but the classroom I was usually in, my desk was gone. There was nothing there for me. There were a lot of beds in the school, and basically saying, like, this is my comfort zone. So God was getting ready to move me out of my comfort zone because there was no place for me there anymore. So I knew a sense that I was going to be leaving. I just didn't know when. So needless to say, my friend Miss Reese, she calls me in the middle of the evening, night, and was like, hey, how soon are you willing to be ready to leave, you know, the school I was at? And I say, I don't know. So I'm already like a little nervous. So she tells me she gets in contact with a lady that she knows, named Hopkins. And so she's like, hey, Miss Hopkins, someone's going to call you, you know, don't say anything, you know. So Miss Hopkins calls me, And she's talking to me over the phone. She's like, oh, I heard great things about you and this and that. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, oh man. So it's like, I heard great things about you. And so she's like, can you come in for an interview tomorrow? I was like, what? Tomorrow? Well, yeah, I sure can. Yep. So I was like, okay, tomorrow. Oh Lord. So I pulled out one of my oldest suits in my closet. I promise y'all this is the only suit that I have. And I bought me some press-on nails, some little jewelry to be professional. And yeah, that evening I went in for an interview and I left out with a job. Like, I left out with a teaching job, my first like certified teacher job like in my life. And so that was in 2017. And of course I was sad to leave my former kids in school. That was really hard for me. It took me a year literally to really get over the fact that I had to leave those kids in the middle of the year. But y'all, God brought me through that. And so my teaching journey, my teaching career was a journey. But let me tell y'all something, I don't take it for granted being a teacher. I don't take, going to work. Sometimes, you complain, I don't feel like going to work. But at the end of the day, man, I remember, like, you know what? It took you a while to get in. So you better appreciate this job. So I appreciate it today. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. I don't know who may need that. I don't know who's trying to be a teacher. I don't know who's been failing these tests left and right and you're trying to pass. But don't give up. Everybody told me to do this, do that. Just go do something else. And I said, no, I really want to be a teacher. And so the opportunity came and God gave me blessings on top of blessings in the process of waiting. So even in the middle of waiting, from Friday to Sunday, Sunday is coming. That third day is coming where it's like God is about to really show you something. And so even right now while we're waiting, just know God is doing something. He's pruning us, He's shaping us, He's molding us into who He has called us to be. So take that with you guys, and I hope you were encouraged today. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. But more importantly, y'all, He's good to us no matter what. If you don't know your journey in life right now and you're just trying to figure things out, follow God, follow Christ, because He's there and He's open. He has open arms waiting for you to come back to Him. Even if you turn your back on Him, He has never turned His back on you. So this just goes to anybody out there who's feeling like they can never come back because they just left God. But no, God is there and He's calling you right now. And He's giving you an opportunity to come back. He's giving everybody an opportunity right now to know Him. Like, take this time and get to know God. Don't waste this time sleeping and just doing. Take time to learn something about Christ. So I hope that encouraged y'all. Y'all have a great day, and I'll be back with another video soon. All right, peace.